There is no happiness without hardship. This is the natural evolution of success and life as a man. Happiness has no meaning without hardship and suffering.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me.
What's up, freaks? It is time for another episode of the Steve Eckert Show podcast. And today is really a special episode because this is one of my top talks that I do around the country. I get paid and I do this talk as one of my main keynotes. I'm just going to do a real short version of it because I think it's just so powerful to get the main points across you. So there's going to be straight to the point, a short, punchy episode about what I call hunger to harvest. This is the garden of growth and transformation, how the ups and downs, the different seasons of life, it's all part of the game. This is how to hold the line through these different seasons of business and life. This hunger to harvest, this garden is the battlefield where man is forged from failure to fulfillment, from struggle to success, from adversity to advantage, and from hardship to happiness, from hunger to harvest. So let's dive into this. I want you to think of a circle, a wheel, a diamond. I don't care, anything around, a visual in your head, where up at the top, picture way up here at the top is the harvest stage. That is the happiness stage. Then I want you to think at about 3 o'clock on a scale is the hinder stage. That's when things are going downhill. Then at the bottom at 6 o'clock, I want you to think of that being the hardship stage, the rock bottom. Then at about 9 o'clock, I want you to think of it being the hope stage. Now picture an arrow going around that. So going from harvest to hinder to hunger to hope back to harvest. And these arrow is only going in one direction. So let's break those down. What are those different segments? That top section, that harvest, happiness point at the top. This is the peak, the highlight of life. This is where you feel alive, where you're fulfilled, you're winning. You can't lose. This is just where you are firing all cylinders, complete fulfillment and satisfaction and happiness in life. This is where all the hard work, all the strengths, the struggles, the failures, the ups and downs, all culminated together to lead to this pinnacle, the top, the point. But it's not a very long time frame that it's there. But I want you to think that at that 12 o'clock spot as the harvest, the hunger, or the harvest and happiness stage. Now, an arrow angling down to the right, going towards 3 o'clock, down at 3 o'clock is the hinder stage. This is where loss starts happening, where things start falling apart. It's on the way down. You're starting to lose momentum. Things are starting to slip through the cracks. Maybe you got a little too comfortable, a little too cocky, a little too complacent, and things are starting to fall apart. You're starting to create difficulties resulting in delay and destruction and obstruction, usually created by you and your way of doing things or lack of doing things you know you should be doing. That's that hinder stage, that downfall, that down arc going down from 12 to 3 o'clock, then from 3 o'clock all the way down to 6 o'clock, bringing us to rock bottom, that 6 o'clock position. That hardship stage. This is where the suffering, the failure, the rock bottom, where you're just angry, lost, you're feeling helpless and hopeless, feeling dead. This is the deepest valley, the rock bottom. And you're feeling the full experience, the depth of this hunger stage that happened from that hinder, that downfall. It's just rock bottom. You're just lost, confused, pissed off, helpless, you can't see any way out. You're feeling dead and confused, like there's no hope. But there is hope because now swinging from that 6 o'clock, arcing up in an arrow towards 9 o'clock, and then from 9 back up to 12 is the hope stage. Now let's say knowing what the top, the harvest stage and winning felt like, knowing what things happen, what you let slip through the cracks, and you took note of it and you reflected on it on the hinder stage, knowing what the rock bottom feels like and how you never want to feel that again, taking the data and information from all three of those and put those in to combine them together gives it. That is what creates the hope stage. The data, the information from those losses, failures, that downfall, the peaks, the valleys, all that data and information together, combined together, creates that hope stage to start arcing up. That's what you can't have, that hope stage, without the combination of those other three segments. That's what creates the hope stage. Now, that hope stage is where growth and change and transformation, where the evolution begins to come back to the new level of that new harvest season. This is where the plans begin to work. You start noticing some progress. You start building momentum from the data and the information, from the losses and failures and the wins from the other three stages. This is the bounce back, the rebound. This renewed energy and vitality and enthusiasm and optimism as you're springing back up to the harvest stage. Now, you can do nothing about this. These arrows only go in one direction. You could do nothing about it. And you are not in control of them. But what you have to realize is you can't ignore these different seasons. You can't ignore the hinder stage and pretend it's not there. You can't pretend that the rock bottom is not rock bottom and, oh, everything's fine. And this fake false positivity. You should be positive, but not this fake positivity where you're really crumbling under the pressure and ruining things and self-sabotaging and all this other diving into vices and stupid shit. Because that's a hallucinatory stage when you're just pretending that doesn't exist. You're just delusional and irrational with these extreme emotions that cloud your judgment, convincing yourself everything's okay, that these seasons don't exist, it doesn't apply to you, you're good, it's all going to be okay. This false positivity, you're just hiding now out and ignoring and pretending and avoiding the truth, avoiding the reality, avoiding the rationality of these four seasons, avoiding the inevitability of these four seasons that only go in one direction. These arrow of these four seasons only go in one direction. You can't avoid it. But in the center, if you picture in the center of that clock that we're talking about, where we had the hunger up at the top, you had the hinder down on the right side, you have the harvest at the top, the hinder on the right side, the hunger at the bottom, the hope on the left side. In the center of that clock, in the center of that circle is this green rectangle that's filling up a good portion of it. It's the common denominator that is with you in all of those. And I call this the arena or the playground. This is you. This is your soil that you stand on. This is where the garden of growth and transformation is. This is the playground of purpose and meaning. This is you, your character, your own freaking mind, you being your freak self, a man of freedom, a purpose-driven man. You operate with your own freak code, which is your mission, your vision, your values, and your goals, both personally and professionally. This is where you operate with discipline and energy and confidence, that gives you to take action and be your freak self. This is where your rules and rituals and routines are found. It's a common denominator through all the seasons. It's what's going to get you through all the seasons. Because in reality, the happiness stage, that top, the 12 o'clock stage, is only going to happen 10 to 20% of your life. That hinder stage on the way down, combined with the hope stage on the way up. So on the way down, on the way up, kind of that neutral stage of hinder and hope is going to be 50 to 60% combined of your life. That hardship stage at rock bottom at 6 o'clock, that hardship and suffering, that hunger stage is going to be 20 to 30% of your life. So only 10 to 20% is going to be in the harvest season, the happiness season. You do nothing about it. But the common denominator of that big green section I want you to picture in the middle of that clock, that is the arena, the playground. You, your character, that is there through all the seasons. That's what's going to get you through all the seasons and makes all those seasons actually be 100%, because you are 100% through all this, the ups and downs. You're not crumbling under the pressure. You have emotional discipline and emotional resilience to not break down and let these different seasons get the best of you. You are standing firm with a strong foundation, with these daily disciplines and non-negotiables and habits and routines and rituals that you have that are going to get you through this, through the ups and downs, going to help you maintain your beats through this through these different seasons. You could do nothing about it. Think about like throughout a day. You have the daylight. The daylight, the light, bright part of the day. Then you have when the sun starts going down, that dusk time. Then the bottom at night, you have the darkness. Then that hope stage is the dawn. Think of that. The harvest stage is the daylight. The hinder stage is the dusk, when the sun is starting to go down, starting to go wrong. The hunger stage is the darkness, the nighttime. And the hope stage is the dawn, where the sun is starting to come back up. Or think of the seasons. Summer is the top, that harvest stage. The fall, where shit is starting to fall and go downhill, is the fall season. That's the hinder stage. Then the hunger stage is the winter. It's cold, the crops are dying. But you can't have that hope stage without those first three, and that all the culmination of those first three seasons leads to the hope stage. Think of it like springtime, springing you forward to the next season, which is an elevated season, a new harvest, a better, a different, a unique harvest, a next level up harvest. This is the only way to progress as a man in self-mastery. This is the only way to level up. This is nature. You need to understand that and go with this flow. Ride the freaking wave through the peaks and valleys, the ups and downs, the good, the bad. And you do that by maintaining your arena, staying in control of your playground. This is the way to long-term happiness and fulfillment. Because this garden, again, this whole garden only flows in one direction. There is no happiness without hardship. This is the natural evolution of success and life as a man. Happiness has no meaning without hardship and suffering. There is no harvest without the hinder, the hunger, and the hope. There's also no hope without the harvest, the hinder, and the hunger. They're all interchangeable. They all are flowing the natural way of life. Everything is always changing. You're never in a permanent state. Shit is always changing and evolving. It's just a natural flow of things in the freaking universe. That suffering is the pain is going to be there. The pain is guaranteed, but the suffering is optional. You have to realize that pain, that suffering it's going to exist. But it also, you have to understand, it has a cause. It has a meaning and purpose. There is a lesson and a realization and a truth in it. That suffering is a prerequisite for success. That hunger is a prerequisite for the harvest. The harvest stage, the mentality you have to think of is just, I am fucking awesome. Kill. It's kill mode. It's time to go and hunt. It's time to fucking eat. It is harvest stage. It's game time. The hinder stage, the thing to think about is things are starting to slip through the cracks, falling apart, is like, all right, this is all part of the game. All part of the game. Hold the ground. Maintain your strength as a man in this arena. At the hunger stage, it's just, all right, don't break, don't quit, don't crumble under the pressure, don't be a little. That's the mentality you need to have in the hunger stage. Then it loops up to the hope stage up at 9 o'clock. It's like, all right, the hope stage is get together, luck, work off this data and information and strategy, start creating a strategy. Don't stop making excuses. Boo-hoo, poor little me on the hinder and the harvest stage. It's time to get to work. It's time to make happen. It's time to start getting your together and getting back on track. And that arena is the middle, the where you are standing firm in your faith and belief in yourself. This allows you to enjoy life, keep things in perspective. This maintains your daily disciplines. You can still have fun and relaxation, still operating with health, wealth, and knowledge at all times through all these seasons, still growing and learning and having fun and freedom. Even through the hunger, you're able to have a smile on your face. You also don't know the different sizes of these seasons. How long are they going to last? What's the length of them? You can try to influence them and mitigate the hunger stage and the hinder and all that, but there's no guarantee. You can also not have your arena and playground in order, not have your house in order, like we talked about in our previous episode, and you will stay in the hunger stage for 90% of your freaking life instead of the usual 20 to 30%. And then you let that hunger stage, that 20 to 30% poison all the other stages. So really it's just a hunger stage. Even when you're winning, you drag it down and just a crab ass and it's like a cancer and a virus that spreads to all the other seasons. And negativity is infectious. Because listen, winter might last a day, a month, a year. You don't have absolute control over it, but you do have absolute control over the arena, over you, your character, your effort, your attitude, your energy, the way you show up, your discipline, your values. You have absolute control over all that. And we go through these rotation of these seasons. Think about it on a micro scale. You go through dozens of these rotations daily throughout the day, different mini seasons, little micro rotations. Then you go through a mid-level of these on a weekly basis throughout the week. And then a macro level on the monthly, quarterly, yearly scale. Sometimes hunger season feels like it's a year or 2 years long. Look at the lockdowns and all that other stuff. But if your arena is in place, basically if your house is in order, you are running the playground, in charge of the monkey bars and the seesaws. It doesn't matter what season you're in, how long it lasts. They're all, you have to just remember, it's all part of the game. And what you need to do is accept that these 4 seasons are out there. They are all part of the game and they're coming. Expect them, embrace them, and then attack them with that violence of action of the arena of who the you are, how you operate. This is exactly how you create a life you don't need a vacation from. This is exactly how you live a life people think you're lying about. This is exactly how you build a legacy you don't have to wait a lifetime to start living. If you want to start operating in this arena and dominating this playground as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a leader, sign up for the Freak Father Alliance. Send me a message. I'll give you all the information you need to know. We'll talk about what is it going to take to get you from where you are to where you want to be. The Freak Father Alliance Men's Mentorship Group Coaching Program. Also, you can go to freakmode40.com. That's FREAKMODE.com for an absolutely free $200 course, the 40-day daily discipline habit and accountability challenge course. Absolutely free. A different video module will unlock every day for you so you can start dominating this arena, running the show on the playground so you can hold the line through the different seasons of business and in life. So when the next storm hits, the winter, the hunger, the darkness, the competitors, your enemy, when the devil shows up at your doorstep, you will be right there with your hands up, your chin tucked, gritting your teeth like, oh, it's you again. I've been waiting for you, little. Well, here I am, with a smile on your face, because this is my arena. This is my playground. Let's get to work. In case no one told you yet today, you are freaking awesome. No excuses.